forum. The Dagenham Regulatory Transport. Does anyone want to start off with a question? You've got me, Dave Bennett, Steve Thompson, Wayne Bennett. Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask a question of Wayne, and that is that he was speaking a couple of weeks ago about promotion. I don't see it that way at all. I see it because we've only won one game. That was on New Year's Day, I believe, at home. Our home form is relegation. So we still need at least 10 points to stay up. I think that should be our priority, rather than thinking of actually things going up. I know it's a night's fault, but it's our home form. It's absolutely dreadful.
I agree with you. I've never once said that we're going to get promoted in the playoffs, but we have set our targets and we have set our goals at the start of the season. It's been disappointing, to say the least. Our last 5 or 6 weeks, our results have not been very good at all. I couldn't disagree with you. And trust me, we're all as disappointed as the fans, the players, because at one point we actually thought, you know, we've got a real good chance here. Mathematically, it's still not over. You know, we're saying, you know, there's 13 games and there's 39 points to play for. Are we going to win all those games? I like your optimism. You know, we hit heights earlier in the season, and I've got my reasons why I believe that, you know, our fortune hasn't been as good of late. As I say, you know, it isn't for the lack of trying or wanting to do well, but I'm mindful, like you are, that, you know, 2 or 3 wins and we could be a little bit in a healthier position. 2 or 3 more losses, and then, you know, we're looking at downwards rather than upwards. And, you know, trust me, I don't want to be in that position, and it's not for the want of trying. It certainly isn't. But we are disappointed, and we've had, our home form hasn't been good where it was, and that's a disappointing thing. It really is. We have, you know, we've had our last 5 games, we haven't won a game at home. And it's interesting, you know, I think I've mentioned it before, that in every game that we've scored first at home, we've won. In every game that we haven't scored first, we've either lost or drawn. So it gives you an idea of one of the reasons probably that we haven't won as many home games as I would have liked.
What about the, what about the actual fitness of the players? Are you happy with the fitness of the players?
These players are extremely fit, yes.
What about the commitment? I thought last Saturday, when we had 3 or 4 good chances in front of goal, there seemed to be a lack of commitment.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a lack of commitment. I just would say it's probably either not great technique, poor decision making. You know, one thing that I can say about these football players that I have here at this football club is I couldn't question their commitment, and I couldn't question their work ethic. Do they make wrong decisions at times? Absolutely they do. Are they naive at times? Absolutely they are. But we want the best players, then we need the best budget. And we are what we are. You know, this club has done fantastic. You know, Steve's sitting there, works tirelessly, and we have a fantastically well-run club. We are not in any debt, as far as I know. And we live within our means, and I explained this to you before. We you know, if I want a player and he's got an opportunity to go to another club for £300 or £400 or £200 or even £100 at times, they will go. And I said to the players, I said, it's so much more pleasing when you have to work hard to be successful, because the reward is that much greater. So, getting back to your question, I could never ever question their commitment.
Sorry, just ask a question to one. Frankie Goldberg.
Yes.
As I understand, he was signed on a 1-year contract.
Correct.
He was loaned straight away to Bromley.
Yeah.
Twofold question, really. Number one, what's the situation if we needed him back urgently, scores some goals, plays some very games, or whatever. Can he walk away at the end of the season only being on a 1-year contract? Nothing.
No, he can't, because he's under 24,
Right.
he can't walk away for nothing. He can refuse to sign a new contract if we offered him one. In terms of the way we structured it, it's similar to Dwight Gale, because we were in a financial situation that we could sign him, we had to loan him out pretty much straight away. Strangely enough, I went to watch Bradley the other night. He played and did reasonably well, and he's done very, very well. Is he going to come back and score goals? Who knows? But at the moment, he's staying at Bromley because that's where best for his development at the moment. It's, you know, people say, well, why hasn't he done it? Or he's scoring 30 goals for a Ryman team, or he's scoring 25 goals. It's very much about levels, it is. And you see that right across the board. Do I think he's got the potential to be a goal scorer and a good player? Absolutely. Has he done it at Conference South level? Yes. Has he done it at Conference level? No. Because he hasn't been put into that environment. Has he done it at League 2? No. So, you know, I've seen lots and lots of players, and I'm not trying to be negative in any way, but I've seen lots and lots of players score goals at certain levels, and when they step up to Conference and League level, then it is a different ball game. It really is.
What will he be offered another contract though?
We will sit down. I'll sit down with the board and go through that. You know, he scored goals, and anyone who scored goals at any level is potentially an asset. You know, I'll sit down with the chairman and Steve, and we'll go through it and see if we can put something together for him. Absolutely.
Yes, sure.
I think looking at things in the cold light of day, if we were told at the start of the season it would be 8 points clear the relegation zone with a better goal difference, I for one would have taken that. So, I mean, the question I'd like to ask Wayne is regarding Zavon Hines. Big fan of Zavon. I've seen him play over the years. I saw him play for West Ham and absolutely destroy Jamie Carragher. A bit worried that he's out of contract in the summer. What's the situation with that? Are we looking to extend it quite shortly?
I've spoken to Zavon Hines probably just after Christmas, and I sat down with Steve and the chairman, and we actually discussed before Christmas that we'd like to offer him a new deal. I actually sat down with him and had an informal chat and said, you know, I'd like you to stay. However, at this present time, he wants to keep his options open because he is over 24. We can't do anything about that. If anyone knows that, it's not about a money thing for him. You know, and I've said this before, I think that if we, and I'm being very hypothetical here, if we were to offer him £2,000 a week, or £5,000 a week, let's say, yes, and he had an opportunity to go and play for Birmingham in the Championship or Charlton in the Championship for half that money, there's no hesitation. He would go and play in the Championship. He's not motivated by money. He wants to play at the highest level possible. I actually think it was a massive coup at the time that we obtained his services. He's done very, very well. He's a great kid. I mean, a really, really good kid. He's got a fantastic work ethic. He's someone that can win you a game on his own. He's gone off the boil, if I'm being honest, just slightly. He has, but people don't realise both him and Reece Murphy have played more games continuously at this football club than they've ever played in their career, and it's a heavy workload for him, you know. And unfortunately, Zab's got injured. He got injured yesterday, so he might be out for 2 or 3 weeks, which is really, really not good. But that's why we have squads, and that's why we have, you know, other players, and, you know, give someone else an opportunity.
It's not definitely he's out for 2 or 3 weeks.
No.
Still waiting.
Yeah, sorry, we don't know the severity of it yet. It might be less. He's improved 50% from when he was on Tuesday to now, so he thinks he'll be alright by Monday, but he's a player, so I hope he is, but let's hope he is. I don't know, like Steve says, it might not be 2 or 3 weeks, it might be a week, it might be 5 weeks, we don't know the severity of it yet.
On the strength of that, what you just said, if he could be out 2 to 3 weeks, could that open the door for Sean Shields rather than playing a centre forward out wide?
And why did I know someone was going to mention Sean Shields today?
It's so obvious, mate. He's got the skills. He's got.
You know what? He's done very, very well. And some reviews, I see him day in, day out. And I'm mindful of not, you know, what I have to look at is if I put him, he's in a really, really good place at the moment, Sean. I mean, a really good place. He's started to have a taste of Football League. It's a new environment for him. He's come in, and I've tried to manage him as best I can because what I don't want to do is put him in there and take him back a number of steps. Will he get his opportunity? 100% he will. Is he ready to play continuously a number of games? I'm not quite sure he is, but he will certainly be dipped up. He might get in the team and he might go, you know what, I can't leave you out, Shieldsy, you've got to play. He might get a run of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. We're at a stage in the season where it's the important part of the season, and if we were in a position where we couldn't go up or couldn't go down, he'd certainly play because there'd be absolutely no pressure on him whatsoever. And I don't want to put any undue pressure on him. So I don't know whether I've answered your question as well as you want me to. So
Half and half. It's just frustrating when you see, like a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes ago, you stick another centre forward out wide, and you've got a natural winger sitting on a bench. It must drive him crazy. You know.
That's a fair point. No, it's a fair point.
Especially as our strikers ain't scoring at the moment.
No, it's a fair point. It is a fair point. And I can't, you know, I'm just giving you my honest answer, as honest as I possibly, well, honest, you know.